All right, so this is going to be my video for the 2025 Sweat and Bullets Run and Gun down at 17 South Rod and Gun Club just outside of Savannah, Georgia. We'll go ahead and get right into the gear overview and then get to the match footage. All right, so as usual, we'll go ahead and start with the boring stuff, rifle magazines and pistol magazines. So for the carriers, so this is a Blackhawk double magazine carrier. As you can see, it got kind of dirty. This is all I had on my belt for pistol magazines, and then for rifle magazines I was using a Blue Force Gear, one of their elastic double rifle pouches. Again, I just ran my belt through the loops. I didn't have this attached to anything like that. I don't use a battle belt or anything like that. I just use a Carhartt leather belt, which is getting a bit crusty. I should probably replace it. Anyway, as far as total ammo count went, I took 4 rifle magazines of 5.56 and 6 17-round magazines for pistol. So total rifle count was 120, total pistol count was 102. And just a little bit of foreshadowing, I came back with 8 rounds of pistol, so it was not my greatest match as far as pistol goes. So we'll get those out of the way. The other magazines were all kept in the pack. So this is a Vertex. This is one of their long walks pack. It's a 15-liter pack. For what I use it for, really I need something probably about half this size. I don't use the whole pack. Basically, we'll get into it. In the small pouch, in the small pouch here, I kept spare GoPro batteries, a few spare batteries for this Hellion EPS because I don't know how soon that thing's going to die. I haven't changed batteries in it for a while. And then a small little lens cleaning microfiber cloth. And I kept these all in a plastic bag to keep them dry. And I also carried with me just a small little fix-it sticks kit. So I had basically anything I could have needed, as well as, I can't get it out, a little Hellion tool. So if anything went down on either of my guns, I had the toolkit to fix it. And then in the main pouch in the pack, that's where I kept 2 spare pistol mags and 2 spare rifle mags. And then I also carried some water and extra earplugs in the main pack. The last 2 pistol mags are on the arm straps, so that's how I carried those. And that way, you know, these 2 are a lot easier to get to than the 2 in the pack, so that's how I do that. All right, so now for the guns, we'll go ahead and start with the pistol. So for the pistol, I was rocking my Steyr. This is the L9A2 MF. The holster I was using was a Filster Floodlight OWB. This is the one for the TLR1 from Streamlight. No real issues with the holster. I have noticed that this pin likes to walk out. Usually by the end of the match, it's sticking out probably about that far. I need to do something to keep that in there. But other than that, no real complaints about the holster. You can see that the screws are getting a little bit crusty. This run and gun match takes place, you know, just outside of Savannah, so a lot of the water there is, especially the canal water, is saltish. It's not straight salt water, but it does have some salt in it. So the steel components on things like this tend to rust pretty good if you don't if you do like I do and don't clean them very well. You might notice those are just some 3D printed spacers. The rubber ones are fine. I can't remember why I put those in there. There's a reason, I just don't remember it right now. All right, and then the actual pistol, we'll talk about it because it will become a pretty big feature for this video. So I had a lot of problems with this gun this match. If you've watched my previous matches, especially like the first one I did, right, my first ever video was this same 17 South running gun. Every time this gun goes underwater and it comes out, at least on that first stage, after it comes out of the water, I'll have a malfunction. And typically what happens is the shoots, and then what happens is it doesn't go quite all the way into battery. Usually it stops right about there, so you can see the slides back a little bit. Usually it will stop right about there and it won't shoot. And that same thing happened at this match, except a lot. So I ended up having a 40% failure rate with this gun, and every single failure was the same failure of the slide would not go back into battery. I'm not 100% sure about what exactly is causing that. After I got home from the match, I brought it home. I tore this thing apart. I tried to look inside the slide to see if there was anything, in the striker assembly, anything that I thought would cause the slide to get hung up like that. And I couldn't really find anything. So I'm not really sure what exactly was happening. I made sure to pull the extractor out. I cleaned the extractor real good. Again, like I said, I made sure to clean out anything that was in the firing pin assembly, but it wasn't really that dirty. I cleaned all the magazines. I checked in the actual fire control unit to see if there's anything in there. That seemed pretty clean. Nothing crazy there. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it is that was causing that issue. The only other thing that I thought of that might be an issue was, so the Steyr has a loaded chamber indicator. So you can see it right here. So when you press that, that little plunger pokes out the back of the slide, and that indicates that there's a round chambered. So my thought was maybe something was getting caught, like a round was getting caught on the loaded chamber indicator and it wouldn't go all the way forward. That might be the case, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't shot this thing since the match, so next time I go to the range, I'm going to have to take this and verify to see if it still works or if it's still having issues. As far as how I have the gun actually set up, on top I have a Steyr EPS, this is the green dot, and then the light, that's the Streamlight TLR1 HL. Didn't need it for the match, it's just to work with that holster. So yeah, so that's the pistol. We'll go ahead and move on to rifle. So the rifle for the match, oh, I should mention, so the reason I picked these two guns is that these two guns were the first two guns that I featured on my channel. This is the first match that I featured on the channel 2 years ago. So I decided to run the same two guns. And then I was also using this match as a test run because I was planning on doing the Legion Memorial Running Gun at the end of the month. However, at this point, that match has been postponed. But it's a good thing that I, used this match as a test run because I did find an issue with the Steyr. So I think for Legion, I will probably switch out the Steyr for the Archon just because I have not had really any issues with the Archon yet. So yeah, so now on to the rifle. Rifle is the Springfield Hellion, also known as the HS product VHS2. I don't really have a huge amount to say about it. The rifle worked fine. I didn't have any issues with it, no reliability issues, no accuracy issues, nothing really to complain about. As far as how I have it set up, the silencer is a KGM R65K. It's mounted to the gun with a Bravo ASR mount. The muzzle device is a Silencer Co 3-port ASR brake. So moving back from that, we'll start with this. So this is a 3D printed knuckle guard, I guess you would call it. I designed and 3D printed it for my guns. That way, when I'm using the gun on barricades, especially things like rocks, what tends to happen is things will slide past the trigger guard and smash you on the knuckles. So I designed this just to help protect my knuckles, stuff like that. The optic, this is a March 1.5 to 15 by 42. That's the dual focal plane scope. It's very nice. It was kind of overkill for this match, however, it did come handy on a few stages. I don't think the scope held me back on any of the stages, and the reason I say that is because there's one stage that you'll see where your first thought might be the scope caused me to have problems. However, I don't think it was the scope, it was just I'm bad. And then the last thing about the rifle The sling itself, this is just a cheap sling that came with my Kel-Tec RDB. I don't know who makes it. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know where Kel-Tec got it. That's just what it is. I've been using that sling for all my run guns. It's fine. All right, so that covers all the gear. We'll go ahead and get to the match footage and take it away from there.
On my cue, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin.
So first thing I need to say, unfortunately, when I set up my GoPro for this match, what ended up happening is I set it up with one hat, and then I decided to switch hats, and the new hat that I was wearing pushed the camera down at a different angle, and I didn't realize it. So a lot of the match footage, unfortunately, is kind of pointed pretty far down from what I normally do. So some stages you can't see the targets very well, and then during the run you see the ground most of the time. So unfortunately it is what it is, but at least you get a nice good view of all the pistol malfunctions that are coming up. And then the other thing to note is that it was actually raining the whole time that I ran. That wasn't the case for all the competitors, but for me, the entire time I was out on the course it was raining pretty good.
Clear. Handgun. Clear. Step in there. Chest deep. Your handgun has to stay holstered.
Okay.
I can hold this on if you want me to.
I got it. Thank you. Good. Yeah, the rain jacket would have been pointless.
Maybe don't fall with there.
All right, thanks.
Name?
Austin?
Austin?
Yep.
Okay, right this way, Mr. Austin. Starting positions between these two cones. Pistol, empty and holster. On the beep, engage left array with left hand only. Center plate rack with both hands.
Okay.
Right array with right hand only.
Okay.
90-second part time.
All right, does it matter which way you go?
Does not.
Okay.
And if you hit the plate, it doesn't have to go all the way over.
Okay.
Questions?
No.
Shooter, are you ready?
Yep.
Shooter indicates ready. Stand by. Go ahead and show empty. Okay, go ahead and holster. Time 34:30.
All right.
You're gonna follow. Well, let me show an empty chamber in this one. Okay, thank you. You're gonna follow these cones into the forest. Okay.
All right.
There's pink markers out there that'll guide you.
All right. Thank you.
Good luck, my friend.
Thanks. How's that time? Average?
It's above average.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so for stage one, there's not a huge amount to talk about. The main things are I had 2 malfunctions on my pistol, which, like I said, that's going to be a very common theme throughout this match. And then it was a little bit sloppy. I missed more shots than I really should have there. Pistol accuracy on this stage was 70%, and then given the 2 malfunctions, that gives me a reliability of 90%. Time for the stage was 34.3. I placed 33 out of 96 overall and 24 out of 77 within my division. And a quick note on those placements I have are based on the number of shooters that complete the stage, because each stage, not all the shooters at the match finish the stage. So for this stage in particular, overall there was a failure percent of roughly 17%, which means 17% of the shooters did not finish the stage. And then within the open division, 15% of people did not finish the stage. So now on to stage 2.
Hey, what's up, man? Clear? Okay. You're gonna go hang out with the boys.
All right, sounds good.
That way.
All right. Start wait time.
Yep, start the wait time. All right, who's next?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Go ahead, stop my wait time.
Wait, I'll get you up here and then we'll get you wait time.
I see you changed it.
This is Austin.
Wait time, sir?
15:10.
15:10. You gonna smoke this?
We'll try.
Proceed, sir.
No, that's all right.
Okay. Proceed.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. All right. You need to set anything down? You good?
Good.
Okay. All right. So you're going to begin by taking this rucksack, walk or run around the cone. Come back as soon as you drop the bag down. Your timer will be set. All right. We're going to be working from the left-hand side of the range today. The first berm is 200 yards. The second berm is 300 yards. That first berm, you'll see 3 black targets and 1 white target.
Yep.
That white target is your 200-yard target.
Okay.
All right, you see it?
Yep.
Okay. Directly behind that, at 300 yards, you'll see another white target. That is your 300-yard target.
Okay.
Okay. Once you come back, drop your bag. I'm going to start the timer. You're going to load your rifle. From this shooting position, you will engage the 200-yard target, 1 impact. You'll move to the 300-yard target, 1 impact. Then back to 200, 1 impact, and then back to 300, 1 impact. So near, far.
Okay.
All right. Once you complete that, you come over here. You're going to repeat the pattern: near, far, near, far.
Okay.
Last position, right here. Near, far, near, far. That's the end of the stage.
So does it have to be? Does it have to be the tip? Or
No,
could
sir.
be anywhere
This
on the-
whole barricade is you. You do have to have contact. Same thing with the tire. You have to have contact. You monitor your height over bore, so you're not putting bullets in the tire.
All right.
Okay. If
Yeah.
you want to check your optics, go ahead.
It's all good.
You're all good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I leave anything here? Does everything have to go with me?
One more time.
Can I leave anything here? Does everything have to go with me? As far as
Yes, you have to leave. You have to bring your rifle with
okay.
you.
All right.
All right. Timer will start when you drop the bag back down.
Okay.
One more 300.
That's right. Sorry.
All right.
Impact! 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 Wait! Impact! 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 Impact!
All right. Unload, show clear. 6962.
Thank you.
Okay.
Fastest so far.
All right.
6962.
I'll take it.
All right. Good work, man.
All right. Just down the road.
Yes, sir. So take that cone, take a right all the way down. You'll see a line of cones. That'll be stage 3.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Good luck.
Thanks.
Alright, so for stage 2, this was my best stage of the day. I placed 3rd overall and 3rd within my division for this stage. This stage also had one of the highest failure rates of the match. Overall, there was a 76% failure rate, and then within the open division, there was a 78% failure rate. So actually more open shooters failed than the average, which was kind of interesting. One of the things that I noticed when I got there, I think there were 4 people waiting when I got there, and all of them were using magnified optics of some kind. So either, I think there was an ACOG, there was an LPVO of some kind, there was a guy running a red dot magnifier, and then I forget what the 4th guy was using. But all of them had issues with water on their lenses and fog on their lenses. And I was pretty happy that on my March, I run the scope caps. Those saved my butt at this match because I was able to keep the water off my lenses and I was able to see the targets really well. What caused people to fail this stage was the fact that they got on the gun and they could not see the targets. Even though they were big white targets at 200 and 300 yards, they were not difficult to see, but if you got a bunch of fog and water on your lenses, you can't see them. And that's what was happening to most people. As far as my performance goes, you heard the guy, but when I went through the stage, I had the fastest overall time. However, throughout the course of the day, 2 other people ended up beating me out on the stage. One of them happened to be the guy that I did the team running gun match back in January with. I have that video on my channel. He's a great shooter, and he smoked me on this stage. Go figure. My accuracy on this stage was 75%, which was not as good as I should have been. I should have been able to go 1 for 1 on this stage. And then I also had the issue where on the tank trap, I shot the close, then the far, and then the close again, and then I got up to move instead of shooting the far again. That was just a brain fart, but it cost me time nonetheless. So that's all for this stage. We'll go ahead and move on to stage 3.
So clear on the bomb.
Jordan, forward.
Oh, yep, and then handgun. I got the pen, my bad.
Yep.
You're going to secure that on your person. You're going to use it later.
And then handgun clear. Yes, so. And then if you have a wait time, you can start it.
Alright. Yep, that's me.
Yep, and then your wait time.
2052.
Yeah, we grabbed that tourniquet. Oh, okay. We're ready to go. Secure it on your person. You're going to need it later.
We can walk.
We're going to start by dragging the sled all the way to those far barrels. I'll read you the stage brief along the way.
Okay.
And if we have any questions, I'll answer them when we get there.
Alright.
It is heavy. Alright, you're good. Pull, pull, pull. Starting position, behind barrels, pistol loaded in holster. From behind cover, engage both pistol targets with 2 hits each. Safely holster the pistol and apply the tourniquet to your buddy above the wound with 1 full turn of the windlass and drag sled to cover, completely passing the barrels behind you. From behind cover, load rifle and engage 3 rifle targets with 4 hits each, 120-second par time, and we can go through that again if we need to.
Alright.
See this stick right here on your left? You're going to drag it all the way past that.
Alright.
And then you can go ahead and get it turned around for the ride back if you'd like. Keep pushing, keep pushing.
Yep, yep, yep.
One more pull. All right, perfect. Turn them around. Perfect.
Okay.
Good to go.
Alright, so pistol loaded.
Pistol loaded and in the holster.
From behind cover.
Yep. And then you're going to shoot the 2 middle targets 2 times each.
Alright.
Then you will holster your pistol, apply your tourniquet.
Tourniquet above the wound.
Yep. Drag him back.
Drag it back.
Load the rifle. And then the 3 edge targets will be 4 hits each.
Okay.
And I'll kind of walk you through it along the way, okay?
Alright. Pistol starts loaded, right?
Yep, pistol loaded and in the holster. Alright. Shooter ready.
Yep.
Stand by. Hit, 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 hit. Nice. Holster.
Unload?
Yep, tourniquet.
Or do I need to unload
Nope,
pistol?
you're good. Perfect. Full turn of the windlass. Alright, lock it in. Perfect. Drag him back. I'll let you know when to stop. We're going to go all the way past the barrels. Pull, pull, pull. There you go. Keep it moving. Keep the momentum. Nice. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. Almost there. All the way past the barrels. Keep going. Pull, 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 pull. Stop! Load the rifle. 3 targets, 4 hits each. Hit! 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 Perfect. Nicely done. Go ahead and clear that rifle.
Had a little sloppy on rifle, but
Perfect. And we'll do the pistol next. What kind of gun is that?
the Springfield Hellion.
Oh, nice. Okay. I've never seen one of those in person. You like it?
I do.
Nice. 94.92 was your time.
How was it time-wise?
Oh, pretty good.
Kind of average?
Yeah, about average. Perfect. Fastest was 65. We've had a lot of people fail.
Alright.
Alright, if you go ahead and take the tourniquet off our buddy, place it back on the table. You'll see some orange cones back there with an arrow pointing into the woods. Follow the pink flags once you get into the woods.
Alright.
And what was your name?
Austin.
Austin.
Alright, so for stage 3, the first thing I think we'll talk about is the log, or the sled. That sled was very heavy, and from what I understand is that it actually got heavier throughout the day because it, it soaks up, the logs on it soak up water. So I was kind of glad that I got to it relatively early in the day. I don't know what it weighed when I got to it. Allegedly, by the end of the day, it weighed like 400 pounds. I don't know if I believe that, but that's what people were saying. As far as my shooting goes, interestingly, I had no pistol malfunctions on this stage, which was good for the stage. Granted, I only took 5 shots on this stage, so the fact that I did not see a malfunction was probably related more to sample size than it was to my gun working right. Who knows? Moving on to rifle. Rifle on this stage for me was really sloppy and just not good at all. My accuracy on this stage with my rifle was 57%, which was really bad because these targets were really big, really close. The reason I was missing them was mainly just I was being really sloppy. I wasn't waiting for the gun to get on target. I was just sending rounds downrange. Not great. Overall, I placed 41 out of 87, and then within open division, I placed 29 out of 64. This stage had a failure rate of about 25% overall and 30% for open. So the stage was kind of par for the course in terms of difficulty. I think that's everything for this stage. It's pretty straightforward. I don't really have a whole lot to say, so we'll go ahead and move on to stage 4.
You been to 4?
Huh?
Have you been down to 4? You been down to stage 4?
Is 4 that way?
Yeah.
No.
Come off the bridge and take a right.
Oh, okay.
So that was not stage 4. When you go across the canal there was a sign that pointed right to go right. I didn't see it, so I went left. I ended up at stage 5, so I had to run a little bit longer than everyone else, and I had to make my way to stage 4.
Bring that VHS on up, buddy. Facing this direction, show me clear rifle. Clear, show me clear pistol. Clear.
The delay has to come off, but it should be set to 90.
Yeah, we've got 90-second power delay or whatever. We can look at the delay.
This gentleman's gonna... And this gentleman's gonna give you stage 3.
Come on up. All right, man. So before we get to the shooting part, underneath this trash bag are a handful of items, all right?
Okay.
Before you shoot, I'm gonna give you 15 seconds to look at those items, remember them, and identify them, okay? At the end of the stage, after you're done shooting, you're gonna tell me what items you saw. Every item you miss is 3 burpees.
Okay.
All right, sweet. Step on it. All right, so this right here is our start position. Cold rifle, cold handgun, okay?
All right.
You're gonna be at the low ready with your rifle.
Okay.
So, on the beep, you are going to load your rifle and go from this cone to the next set of cones. Along the way, there are going to be some uniformed targets.
Okay.
You're going to shoot each uniform target 4 times with your rifle.
Okay.
Okay? Once you get to those next cones, if you'll see all the way down at the end of the road, there's a C-zone silhouette on a post, very small. You see it?
Yeah.
All right.
Sort of in the middle of the road.
Kinda, yeah.
It's more towards the left.
Yep.
Okay.
You got it. 1 hit with your rifle on that.
Okay.
Okay? Once you get that hit, you're going to throw your rifle on safe, ground it, and then you're going to take your handgun, load, and get 4 hits on that close left side silhouette. All right?
Okay.
Any questions?
So I can go ahead and look at these?
Yep, let's go
okay,
take
so on the way to the cones, there's how many camos?
I'm not telling you.
Okay.
And they are
They each
all
need
the
4?
camouflage targets are between here and the next set of cones.
Yep. Okay, and they each need 4.
Hit it 4 times each.
Okay.
All right, you got 15 seconds. Take the gander.
Let's see. Grenade, campus, holster.
All right. Oh yeah. Shooter, do you understand the course of fire?
Move to the cones, shoot the camo targets 4 times each. Get to the cones, shoot the far C-zone just once.
Once, any position you like.
Safe and ground rifle, 4 hits on the far with pistol.
Bingo.
Okay. Okay, I think I'm good.
All right. Shooter, are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
Yeah, I bet,
Just safe.
Ground it. Yep, just put it on the ground on safe. You're good. Hit!
Oh, come on.
Fuck.
Does not like the water.
Hit!
Come on, Steyr.
Hit! One more. Good fucking recovery, dude. That was good stuff, man. All right, clear handgun. Yep, good there. Damn, man, not a bad time, all things considered. What are my items?
Grenade, compass, magazine, holster.
Last one.
Huh?
Last item.
Let's see. Grenade, compass, magazine, holster, Radio.
Bingo, you got it. All right. Let me see a clear VHS.
Alright, so this is stage 4. This is kind of the big one. This is the one where my pistol just decided to completely die. We'll go ahead and talk about that now. My pistol ended up malfunctioning actually more times than I was able to get it to shoot, so I ended up with a negative reliability number. The reliability I have up there right now is negative 14%. It malfunctioned 8 times and I got 7 shots off, so that's where that number comes from. I don't know why it's malfunctioning. It's because the magazines that I'm currently using should have come out of my backpack, so they should have been dry. So I don't believe that the magazines that I was using on this stage were, like, there shouldn't have been anything in them as far as like debris or anything, so I don't think there was a magazine issue. The only other thing it could have been is just the gun itself was wet and had something in it that's causing these malfunctions. Like I said in the intro, I tore the gun apart after the match, looked at everything I could. I didn't see anything obvious to me that was like, oh yeah, this is what's causing it. So other things about this stage, the rifle portion went really easy. There were 4 cardboard targets that you just had to blast. I don't even know if they actually scored those or not. They were really close. I didn't even actually really aim at them. I just kind of point shot. So yeah, the cardboard targets were, in my opinion, too easy. But hey, it's their match. They can run it how they want. The only real difficult part about this stage was that long-range rifle shot. Actually, I take that back. There were 2 things that were difficult about this stage. The first was the long-range rifle shot. That target was relatively small. I can imagine that a lot of people sent a fair number of rounds at that target before they hit it. And then the other difficult thing about this stage was the memory thing. So at the beginning of the stage, they showed you the 5 objects that you had to remember. Luckily, I was able to recall all of them at the end of the stage. Yeah, rifle accuracy I had for this stage was 94%. Pistol accuracy was 57%. So not fantastic. As I said, the reliability I have is negative 14%, which is not great. And that ended up placing me at 68 out of 81 overall, and then 49 out of 60 within my division. So I did not place great on this stage, which is not that surprising given all the malfunctions that I had. This stage itself had a failure rate of 30% overall, and then 34% within open. So this stage, at least statistically, was a little bit more difficult than the last stage, but it's not going to be as difficult as the next stage. So we'll go ahead and go on to stage 5.
Starting position behind the cone, pistol loaded in holster. On the beep, engage both targets with 2 hits to the body, 1 to the head. Holster pistol before leaving the cones and move to the VTAC barrier. Load rifle and engage the 2 targets with 2 hits each from 3 of the 4 marked positions. 90-second hard time. Do you have any questions?
Holster, do I unload pistol or just
Nope,
holster?
just holster.
Okay.
You want to look at your target?
You said 2 each?
Yep.
See him down there? 2 gray targets.
Are they down this way? Oh yeah. Yep, I see them.
So it'll be 2 shots on the left, 2 shots on the right, then move positions, 2 and 2. And you're doing that for 3 positions.
Okay.
Right, do you understand the course of fire?
2 and 2 from 3 positions. I can double tap?
Yep.
Okay.
As long as we can hear the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, load, make pistol ready. Shooter ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
Let's see. Where did you go? I lost him. Okay. Yeah.
Low, show clear.
Alright, so this is stage 5. Obviously it continues the trend of my pistol malfunctioning. However, on this stage I only had the one malfunction, so that's good. Other than that, the main issue that was pretty apparent was on the VTAC. When I got down to that third position, I just stalled out. I couldn't find the targets, and that was a very common theme from what I heard, is that people just could not see the targets from that third position. Now, that also depended very heavily on what time of day you went. So when I went, as I said, it was rainy, it was overcast, it was pretty dark, especially back in the forest. Now, unfortunately, I had my GoPro angled in a way you couldn't really see into the forest, so you, the viewer, don't get to see exactly what it looked like for me. But the forest itself was pretty dark, and those targets blended in very well, and they were very difficult to see. So what ended up happening is basically when you got down to that third position, they just completely blended in with the brush, and you couldn't see them. Or at least I couldn't see them. I didn't bother moving to the fourth position because I figured, well, if I can't see them from the third position, if I go lower, they're going to be more down in the brush, and I'm just not going to have any better luck down there. So I just stayed on the third position. Eventually, I tried sending a few rounds to where I believed one of them should have been. I didn't get an impact, so I ended up timing out. It's never fun to time out on one of these stages, but, you know, it happens. So the way they score these stages at 17 South is that if you don't finish a stage, you get a 0. They don't give you partial credit on the stages, so it's just, you know, it is what it is. Now, 68 people out of the 116 total did finish this stage, so that gives this stage a failure rate of about 41%, and then that was the same for the open division as well. Aside from stage 2, this was the hardest stage of the match. I ended up with a rifle accuracy of 72.7% and a pistol accuracy of 85.7%, so hits were good. I couldn't find those last 2 targets. So we'll go ahead and move on to stage 6.
What's up, brother?
That's much, not
Howdy.
on the thread, but
I'm alright. Ooh, nice rifle. Let me see clear chamber. Aim at the ground, please.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, retarded. Yep. And pistol.
I have one.
Cool, thank you.
So I gotta look extra good for the round.
Name?
Austin. Austin Holmes.
Yeah, I got
Come on up.
Okay.
Careful, this stuff is slick.
This is the first time
Alrighty, welcome to stage 6. Your starting position is going to be down by the orange cone with your pistol loaded and holstered. On the beep, you will draw and engage that one steel circle target with 2 rounds. One for heavy metal, but no, you're shooting none. Okay, with 2 rounds. Then grab one of the items, carry it past the second orange cone, and set it down. Then re-engage the same steel target with 2 more hits. Okay. Return back to the first cone and repeat the same procedure for items 2 and 3 for a total of 12 hits, 90-second par time. While you're moving, you don't have to holster your pistol if you don't want to, but you can. Just don't sweep yourself and don't break the 180 on me.
Okay. Even when carrying an implement?
Yeah, even when carrying, you still have it in your other hand.
Okay.
Just don't break the 180 and don't sweep yourself.
Okay.
Any questions?
Where do I start?
You'll start over there by the cone.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and load and make ready. All right, are you ready?
So, 2, move, 2, and then repeat.
Yep.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by. show me clear. Clear, step forward, hammer down, holster. 6, 8, 1, 2.
This gun does not like being wet.
The pistol?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
It's a Steyr.
Don't forget your magazine. All right, you're good. Follow the road to the right to stage 7.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Real, man.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Alright, stage 6 was very straightforward. There was not really any significant challenge, in my opinion, to this stage. So I should have been able to do this stage very quickly. I shouldn't have had too much trouble. Obviously, the main thing that slowed me down was the fact that I had to clear 11 malfunctions on this stage. So, not great. That gives my pistol a reliability of about 15% on this stage. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about that. That's not great. I ended up placing 80th out of 95 that completed this stage overall, and then 65 out of 76 within open division. This stage had a failure rate of 18% overall, and then within open division, 16.5%. So this was, at least statistically, pretty much as easy as stage 2 or stage 1 was, which that tracks for me. As I said, I thought this stage was relatively easy. It just would have been really nice if my pistol decided to work. So we'll go ahead and move on to the last stage, stage 7.
What's up, Adam? How's it going?
It's all right.
Go ahead, show me clear.
Got another awesome.
Clear, thank you.
How's that? Got another awesome. Yeah.
Clear, hammer down holster. Name again?
Austin Holmes.
Yep, got him. Oh, he's running a bullpup.
Step rider.
Yeah.
All right. Good to go?
Yep.
Starting position, kneeling behind cover, rifle and pistol empty, grenade in hand. Runner will throw grenade into bunker. Once grenade comes to a rest, time will start. Follow me. Move to the shooting box and load pistol. Shooting box in the front of the truck. If the grenade fails to stay in the bunker, you will owe 2 extra pistol shots on 2 different targets. From behind cover, engage pistol targets with 2 hits each. One for heavy... Sorry. Pistol targets 2 hits each. Safely holster your pistol. Load rifle and engage rifle targets with 4 hits each.
Okay.
What are your questions?
So shooting right here. 2 each.
2 each on the pistol.
And then 4 each on the 2.
There's 4 rifle targets.
There are 4 rifle targets. Okay, that's it.
Good.
Yep.
If you don't make it in the box, you'll owe, essentially it'd be 4-4-2-2 on your pistol targets.
Alright.
That make sense?
Yep.
Alright. Time will start when that grenade settles on the ground.
Do I have to pull the pin?
Nope.
Okay.
Start at a knee.
Alright. Awesome.
4-4-2.
Go figure.
One more. Hit! 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 Hit!
Alright, so stage 7 started off not great. We had that grenade toss and I missed, which is kind of embarrassing because the box that you're supposed to get it in was a pretty big box, but hey, that's what guns were made for, because some people can't throw, and I'm one of those people. As far as accuracy goes, this was my best stage by far. I got 100% hit rate on both rifle and pistol. However, obviously, I had 3 pistol malfunctions, which slowed me down, which, you know, go figure. That gives my pistol reliability on this stage 75%. Now, as far as my placement goes, I'm not sure if the time was relayed correctly. So on practice score, it has my time written down as 42.5 seconds. However, when I time it using my editing software, I got closer to 49 seconds. So I'm not sure if that was miscommunicated or what, but it caused me to get placed at 11th overall and 6th within my division, which I think is probably not correct, but it's too late for me to do anything about it. So that's what's in practice score, so that's what I did. The failure rate on this stage was about 27% overall, as well as within the open division. So it was sort of a moderately difficult stage. It wasn't the most challenging. The thing that probably slowed most of the people down was finding some of those rifle targets, because they were also, just like on stage 5, they were buried back in the woods, and they, especially the middle 2 targets, they were relatively challenging to see. So I imagine, depending on what time of day you went, those targets were either very easy or very difficult to see. So that wraps up stage 7 and the overall match. So I guess we'll go ahead and go over the match stats. We'll start with accuracy. Rifle accuracy, I was at 79%. Pistol accuracy was at 81%. That's pretty good for pistol. That's a little bit lower than I would like for rifle, but hey, at least my rifle worked. Reliability on my pistol was 61%, so I had essentially a 40% failure rate with the pistol today. Not great. Gonna have to do something about that. I just don't know what. Overall placement, I placed 44 out of 109 people that finished the match overall, and then 26 out of 84 that finished within open division. So my placements were not that great. The obvious thing is that my pistol was holding me back today. I think this is probably one of the only times that I can actually say, no, it was something up with the gear, not necessarily me. Failure rates for the whole match. Based on practice score, what it looks like is that overall, 6% of the shooters for the whole match did not finish a single stage. Just under 8% within open division did not finish a single stage today. And then those placements are all for just the shooting. When we look at my runtime, my runtime today was very disappointing. I was hoping that I would do fairly well. I've been running a lot recently, so I went into this match hoping that I could, run the whole thing in less than an hour. What ended up happening is my runtime was 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 42 seconds, which was significantly slower than I was hoping for. Part of that was because, I did turn left instead of right after the bridge, but most of that was because I ended up wasting a lot of time between stages 3 and 4 because I had to stop, open up my backpack, swap out all my magazines, dig around, change out my GoPro batteries, so that ate up a fair amount of time. That's part of why I'm considering getting a smaller backpack. I'm also considering switching to a chest rig, so that way all my stuff is accessible from the front and not the back. That way I can keep moving and I don't have to stop and take off my backpack and do stuff. Digging out all that stuff probably ate up about 5 minutes of my runtime. So I'm thinking about switching to a chest rig, but we will see what the future holds. And then the overall scores for the match, I ended up coming in 36th place overall for the whole match. So combining the shooting and the run, within open division, I ended up placing 25th. So that's how I ended up placing. As far as my thoughts about the match go, I thought this iteration of Sweat and Bullets was fun. Funny enough, when you compare this year to last year, I think I ended up actually more wet this year than I did last year, even though last year the course was entirely flooded. Just kind of something that made me laugh because I was expecting going into this match that, it would not be quite as wet, but boy was I wrong. And then the fact that it was so wet today obviously introduced a fair amount of challenge because, doing the match with a magnified optic in the rain, it's not something that you do a whole lot. A lot of matches, once it starts raining, they'll either postpone or cancel. So people don't get a huge amount of opportunity to shoot in the rain in this type of way. So I was actually kind of happy that it worked out this way because it was an opportunity to do something that you don't really get the chance to do that very often. And luckily, it was a pretty good learning experience. If it does turn out that the Steyr just doesn't like the rain, well, that's something that's good to know, because, you know, now in the future, I'll know going forward that if I'm looking at a match and it's looking like, hey, it's going to be really rainy at this match, well, I'm going to know, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't take the Steyr. I might take something else. I'm curious to see if it's just the fact that since it was raining the whole time, the gun just stayed wet. And for whatever reason, I guess it just doesn't like being wet. So I'm wondering if that's the issue. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I have as far as thoughts go for this match. If you have comments or questions, leave them below. I'll get around to responding to them. And with that being said, I'll see you on the next video.
Man, you were quick. I remember you just left us talking to you. Let me see your clear chamber. All right, chamber clear forward. Let's do pistol. Hit at the grass. Let me see the barrel. I can't see the throat. All right, slide forward, trigger, holster. Good. How'd you like it?
It'd be nice if my gun worked.
Which one?
The Steyr.
Oh, the...
It does not like being wet.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't go all the way both forward.
Oh, no. You have a forward assist? That's another question.
Or no, the
the Steyr?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hey, what was your name?
Austin.
Austin! See, you came in, you made the range stop.
Yeah.
Rifle performed flawless.
I think when I did it, I had the fastest time on the long range.
Really? That's good.
And then I DNF'd the one with the barricade.
Oh, the VTAC?
Yeah.
What happened? Was it due to the...
Couldn't find the targets.
Yeah, they were tough.